Hello students, in this video we will talk about acceleration due to gravity. We know, suppose this is a tall building and from the roof of this building a ball is coming down. This ball will fall on the surface of the earth. Why? It is due to the gravitational force of earth, which attract each and everything towards itself. If ball is put here, it is coming down. Suppose I throw a ball upward, then what will happen? For a while, it will go up, then it stops for a moment, and then again it will come down under the force of gravity of earth. It is known as force of gravitation or the force of gravity. Now one question arises in our mind. When this ball is coming down towards the earth, it has some velocity. We want to know whether it is coming with a constant velocity or the velocity is changing. Velocity changes in three conditions. First, the direction of motion is changed. Direction of the motion is changed, then the velocity will be changed, or the magnitude of the speed will change, then the velocity will be changed, and third, both direction and magnitude both are changed, then the velocity will be changed. Here we can see that the direction is constant. Direction is not changing as the ball is coming to the earth in the same direction always, from up to the bottom. So direction is not changing, it is constant. Yes, the magnitude of velocity is changing. Initially, the velocity is less. As it comes down towards the earth, the velocity goes on changing. It goes on increasing if it is coming from up to down. In this case, when the ball is thrown up to here, the velocity decreased, and once it reached maximum position, it comes down and then the velocity increased. It means in both the cases, either velocity is increasing or it is decreasing. It means there is a change in velocity. And what is this change in velocity? We know that when velocity is changed, it causes acceleration. You recall the formula of acceleration? Acceleration is rate of change of velocity. We have done this before. So if a is the acceleration, then v minus u upon t is the formula. V, final velocity, initial velocity, and time, that is rate of change. This is change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity is acceleration. It means when these objects fall towards the earth under gravitational force or force of gravity, they experience some acceleration due to the change in velocity. And this acceleration is known as acceleration due to gravity. Why it is known as acceleration due to gravity? Because this acceleration is caused due to the gravitational force of earth. So this is acceleration due to gravity, and it is denoted by small g to differentiate it from this simple or normal acceleration. It is also the same type of acceleration, but it is caused only due to the earth's gravity. That's why a different symbol, small g, is given to this acceleration. And always its value is 9.8 meter per second square. This A is also has the same unit, meter per second square. Both are one another, both are same. So the SI unit is meter per second square and its value is 9.8 on the surface of the earth or near the surface of the earth. We will see in a short while how this 9.8 comes. So this is one thing, that this is acceleration. These motions, they experience acceleration, and this acceleration is acceleration due to gravity of earth. It is represented by small g and its value is 9.8 meters per second. Now we will derive an expression to calculate this small g or this acceleration due to gravity. So, or we can say derivation for the formula. It is derivation. Derivation of what? Derivation of small g or acceleration due to gravity. How we will derive the formula for calculating g? See, first is we know Newton's second law. Newton's second law. According to Newton's second law, force is equal to ma. Force, mass of the object and acceleration of the object. So this is the formula and the unit is Newton. Here, in this case, we are talking about the acceleration due to gravity of earth and its symbol is g. So instead of a, we can write here g also. So F is equal to mg. Suppose this is equation 1 or expression 1. We know this. Now we know one more formula for F, that is force of gravitation or gravitational force. This is g m upon d square. What are these different symbols? F is force due to gravitation of earth, and here we are talking about gravitation of earth, force of gravitation of earth and acceleration due to gravity. So this F, force, is equal to g, which is universal constant. This m is the mass of earth. This m is the mass of object, and d square is the distance between earth and that object. So now the next, suppose this is earth. This is the center of the earth. This is the surface, and this distance is radius of earth. So anything which is on the surface or near the surface is equal to this radius of the earth. So this distance we can replace by r, or the radius of the earth, if the object is present on the surface of the earth or near the surface of the earth. So this expression can be changed as g, this m is mass of earth, upon r square. This r is the radius of the earth. So now we have this formula, this expression and this expression. These both f are same. Suppose this is second equation. As these both f's are same, so this will be equal to this. So I am writing mg is equal to g mm upon r square. This m will be cancelled with this m. What is left? Left is g is equal to g mm upon r is equal to g m upon r square. What does it mean? That is the acceleration due to gravity is equal to gravitational constant, then mass of earth, and then radius of earth if the object is on the surface of the earth or near the earth. Here there is no mass of object. Mass of object is not there in this formula. It means this g, acceleration due to gravity, is independent of the mass of the object. And this also proves the free fall of the objects. We have learnt in the previous video that two objects of different masses, they come to the earth at the same time if released from the same height. So the time interval in between the release and coming to the earth is same, even the mass is different. Suppose one is 1 kilogram, other is 10 kilogram. We have done the experiment with feather and coin and feather and stone. So both comes together because the acceleration in both of these, it is constant. And this acceleration is small g, acceleration due to earth. If the acceleration is constant, then the time taken by both of them will be equal. And now we can see with this formula that this acceleration will be constant because in this formula there is no place for m or the object mass of object. So this proves that free fall is true. This acceleration due to gravity is independent of the mass of the object. So in this way it is proved. Now, as I have just told, we can see what is the value, how we calculate the value of this acceleration due to gravity or small g. We will see. Now we know the formula that this g is equal to g m upon r square. We know what is g, universal constant, and its value is 6.67 into 10 to the raised to power minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square. This value is fixed and it is constant all over the universe. The universal constant capital G. Now you can differentiate between small g and capital G. Sometimes in exam also the question is asked what is the difference between capital G and small g, and you can write 3, 4, 5 points by taking similarities, no similarity by taking the differences. Now this m is the mass of earth. This mass of earth is 6 into 10 raised to power 24 kilogram. It is also fixed. Mass of earth is also fixed. And the radius. Radius of earth is 6.4 into 10 raised to power 6 meters. It is also fixed if the object is on the surface or near the surface up to few hundred or few thousand meters. So these three are fixed. So putting these values in this formula, G will be 6.67 into 10 raised to power minus 11 into 6 into 10 raised to power 24 divided by 6.4 into 10 raised to power 6. If you calculate these values, you will find that this will be equal to 9.8 meter per second square. And this value is of G, which is constant all over the earth. Again I am saying the object is on the surface or near the surface. But suppose this is the earth and the object is quite far from the earth. So this value of G will be changed. We have seen that G is inversely proportional to radius. That is, if this is the radius, more the radius, less the G, less the radius, more the G. So if the object is quite far, then this radius will be, or the distance will be more. When the distance will be more, this G will be less, as it is inversely proportional. It means if the object is far away from the earth, then the value of G will be less than the 9.8 meter per second square. So this is one thing. Now one thing more I want to tell you, that we know that our earth is not a perfect sphere. It is somewhat ellipsoidal, means it is flattened on the poles. So if it is North Pole and South Pole, it is slightly flattened on the poles. Suppose this is the equator. So and this is the center of the earth. So on equator, the radius on equator, this distance will be more than the distance on the poles. This distance to the pole is smaller than this distance to the equator. Why? Because earth is flattened. The equator is long than this axis, which is in between two north and south pole. So what happened? If r is more on the equator, this r is more, then the g will be less. So on equator, the value of g is least, and on poles it is smaller, so value of g will be maximum on poles. So it is, otherwise it is constant all over the earth, but at poles it is maximum, and equator, because this is more, so it will be less. So value of g on equator is less. So this is how, otherwise this is constant, and this is only variable thing, but for all the practical purposes on the earth, its value is taken as 9.8 meter per second square. So this is about acceleration due to gravity. We will do some numericals in the next video on acceleration due to gravity. This is all for this video. Thank you.